think we are live. Anyways, a bit of a compensating stream, considering last night, which I think can be agreed wasn't particularly great, given it was disrupted midway. Right, I had a scenario set up, but I've closed train sim. Yeah, I'm a little bit stupid. But yes, today we're sticking to 37s, and today Rail Operations Group 37s, given, well, it's going to happen at some point. There will soon be a lot of Rail Operations Group stuff flowing through Devon, given the HSTs are going to be withdrawn soon and most sent to Newport. So, yes, we'll see a lot of Rail Operations Group stuff running. Where's that scenario I did? Can't even remember what I called it, but I know exactly what it was on. What was on there? And yes, driving a 37. If anyone wants to try guess the unit number, given there's only a couple of them, only a fair few. That one. 37's on drags, that's not it. AP37. 90s Westbury, no. Track pet tracks, no. Oh god, this isn't a good day. Really can't even remember what I called the scenario now. I've got so many 37 scenarios, it's incredible. Unless it's that one. Because it's one that's been saved. Because I know exactly which 37 I put on there. And sort of with the Rail Operations Group 37, I've put 14 Mark IIIs. I've also made sure to put the right coupler on, which is the Delna. No, not the Delna, the tight lock. But yeah, good thing. I sorted out the problem from last night. Just a fairly common problem. Yes! Yes, I got the right scenario. No. I don't want that. And the 37 started itself up. Which kind of knew was going to happen. Hope need to swap the game over to which one it is. That one. So I had the train sim 31 and back to the game. Anyways, immediately back that in. I did put the AWS in. Start recharging the brakes, which is going to take a little while to happen. Put the straight brake on completely and not set up our GSMR. Don't really need to. But yes, 37510 is our unit. Incredibly weathered. Nameplate Orion. Incredibly weathered on the body shell. Better quickly put the clag on max. It's only on 5. Just going to hope the game audio is sort of alright, because obviously I had to play with it last night. I'll lower that a little bit. hope that's alright. Anyways, over here we've got the Mark IIIs that we'll be dragging. Unbranded, 6 in each siding, I believe. But yes, these are the ones that are going to be in tow tonight. Oh, this evening. Can't really say tonight yet because it's only 5:30. Bit earlier than I tend to stream, but very aware that it is Eurovision tonight. I won't really watch it, but sort of doing it on the premise that probably quite a few other people will be. Because what you can do is just check our route. Don't want to go straight this way, do I? No. It is going to give me control of that box. Flick that over. Flick that over. Flick that over. Don't need to do anything to that. Love to test thrash, but it won't let me do that yet. Anyways, yeah, good 37 again. Starting off at Plymouth, in what I believe is the Plymouth Park sidings over here. Then over here is sort of the dockyard platforms. Quite nice, but yeah, haven't done no passenger coaches. That's a problem. But yeah, got the good old tight locks on here, I think. Oh, got my throat's making noises. Yeah, I believe I've got tight locks, but my screen is not bright enough, so I can just barely about tell. Has our brakes coming off yet? No. They're not quite coming off yet. Because it is absolutely baking today. So I did ping Discord, Aiden. I pinged my server, just didn't pop it in the group chat. I have now. Might as well mention that to... I've now pinged the group chat, Aiden, so... yeah. It's not doing a test fire yet. Aiden, it was your fault for giving me the idea. Oh, there we go. It's now allowing us to take power. Breakers below 20%. But yeah, it's now moving out of Plymouth Park sidings. On the way out of here. Good response, good. YouTube continues to email me about how I'm live. I know I'm live. My controller is still making a racket because we're heading over junctions. reason, for one thing, this 37 is not being donated to TPE, given it's still in service for actually probably another couple of years. Given, I believe Royal Operations Group are getting their class 99s in, I don't know what year, very soon, probably in the next like 2 years. So these are knocking about for a while. And plus, you're meant to be running your 68s, no? Oh, nubs. Yeah, I'm not making myself look like a prick for that. I'll look in the group chat in a minute. I'm just going to focus on getting this coupled first. Oh, Hayden, you've got enough Nova 5 sets, haven't you? My controller's just going ballistic. Is I suppose I suppose I better do the really stupid thing. Hayden, I've had to do that to you once. Put you in timeout. We slow down in time. Yeah, just about. Oh, and I cannot really do that now. I have to do that later on. Please tell me it's going to couple. I've got the bloody tight lock coupler. Huh? Sorry, coupler. I should just be able to couple straight to them. But oh well. Gonna have to allow coupling on, am I? Allow all coupling. That's going to derail me now, isn't it? Because I've put the 37 right up. So it's like 400 degrees down there at the moment. Oh my god. Please game, just allow me to couple to my Mark 3s. So I don't need to... Oh my god. Okay. Second thought's going to have to put a barrier vehicle in. And I've got type lock couplers which are technically very similar to the Buckeyes on Mark 3s. really there is not actually much of a difference at all between the two, because at the moment there's no hook coupling on the 37. Well, the hook coupling is tight lock. Never mind, it's not going to show here, but there is a tight lock on there. So instead, where's the AP Mark 1 pack? There we go. I have to whack a barrier vehicle on here. There we are. Barrier vehicles. Let's hope I've not got the bad coupling on here. Please tell me that's not up against mark all the buffers now. No, it's not. I'm going to get rid of the cold start prefix, given it's not really much point. Hayden, first of all, I don't have route into the Midlands for Manchester. I could do to Edinburgh, but I don't tend to do that. Alright. Resume scenarios, so the signals fix themselves. Because for some reason they break coming out of scenario editor. Right, I've got no route that goes to Stirling. On Train Sim World. No, on Train Sim. There's no Stirling. There is one to Edinburgh. None to Alloa, none to Grimsby. God, hello, Catherine. It was only a matter of time. Right. Put user in timeout. Simple as that. That's kind of why Hayden and Ryan, that's kind of the reason why I hoped you weren't going to be in the stream. I could be better, Catherine, on a multitude of occasions. First of all, I really wish that these two weren't here alongside, because they know how to make things peculiar. And I suppose you aren't exactly like Hayden, but yeah. Oh god, what was that jolt? Why did this thing just bounce 20 feet into the air? no idea where this set point work wants to take us. Of course it wants to take me wrong line. Of course. So just need to pull this out a little bit more so I can couple to the other 6. Didn't I say I put 14 or did I put 12 on it? I genuinely can't remember if I put 4 or 12 or 14. Put quite a few. And that's now extremely tempting because I can just look at Discord on my phone, although it would be strictly illegal if this was the actual railway because well, some accidents can sort of explain that. Oh god, we're going to be going far too quick to stop. Probably. If luckily these are all braked vehicles, so yay. Or are they? Yeah, they are. And do not worry, I have full confidence in the braking capability of this. I have to set this up in a minute to be a 5 Quebec head code. Actually, what are scrap modes usually? Don't know if they're 5 Quebec or they're 5 Zulu head codes. This should just couple straight up. Yep, knew it. Now, yay! It's not going to roll all the way back. Put the reverse into neutral. Loco brake all the way on for no reason. 5 Zulu. 5 Zulu 5-5. Why not? What's our starting shunt signal? Be the one all the way back here. 163. 163. Register. Put in a good amount of power. Oh god, we're getting rollback. That does not exactly give me much confidence for this run. Gonna pop some more power in. I'm surprised the loco brake's even that powerful. Wait, is it actually using the... using the Buckeye? Okay. Sort of the same setting almost than yesterday's stream. My controller's just going berserk because there's point work for days. Anyways, yeah, we have quite a big set in tow. But unfortunately that's how many Mark IIIs did go for scrap a little while ago, I think. Although some were from Lara, some from Long Rock, and probably some from St Philip's Marsh. Yeah, all I know is we are not accelerating very quickly. Oh, it's so warm today. I've got a can of Pepsi just to try and regulate the temperature in it. So 5 Zulu 5-5. Good flyby shot. Get full power. Anyways, I'm tempted to drive all the way to Bristol. Although that would be really stupid. drive from down here all the way up here, and to put it in perspective of how long that takes, really from Plymouth to Bristol can take upwards of 2 hours to do, probably, with a normal service. So this will be fun. Anyways, going silent for a minute because there's people messaging me on Discord. Ryan, you're one of them. So we are accelerating very quickly now. Anyways, welcome to Lara, the depot for Plymouth. There is a missing asset. Oh, a missing asset, it's a bit of an understatement. There are quite a few, because we are missing the overhead gantries here, and probably a post here. And really, the entire shed texture was missing until I placed one in, which now means that we have 2 sheds, which is very interesting, to say the least. So I really hope it wasn't 4 bajillion degrees here. This is a good shot for Lara, down by the actual cutting for it. But we are increasing speed very quickly. Flying now. This will be a good shot. We're actually all the way back here, so we can get most of the depot. When some Mark 3s did go for scrap at Newport, it was actually a 37 that hauled them, although it was a rail operations group 1 really. However, it was being hauled by a Locomotive Services Limited set. We've now got some good speed, passing Tavistock Junction, although I am speeding slightly because we're going to need it. Hemerdon is, as you can see there, not very nice for a gradient. It's something like 1 in 50 for a gradient, and that is incredibly sharp. Some steam locos are even known for not actually even making it up the grade at all, and they end up rolling back slightly. We're now kind of struggling to pick up speed because we've got a lot of weight behind, which really we should not be hauling. yeah, I don't think hauling 12 Mark 3s, oh, basically 14 Mark 3s, and on top of that, 2 barrier coaches, plus a loco weight with full fuel. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, we have quite a grade to yep, there we go. We're pretty much the climax now. We're 1 in 42. And that is sharp. And it's pretty much a continuous grade as well. There is, I think, one steeper than this, but also not really, but not really as prolonged, which is a good thing, I suppose. Gonna pop the TPWS on override for absolutely no reason. That's Hammerden. Right, so yeah, Hammerden Bank. Yeah. All things taking a 37 up Hammerden with a lot of weight, and we've nearly halved our speed. The traction motors are slowly losing the will to live. Sun's lovely though for a good morning. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to actually make up this grade. I really should have put a banker loco in. It's got 2 times the power. Yeah, I think this is why we have Ickley bankers and stuff. We really are losing speed. The top of the bank's here, so yeah, I don't know if we're going to make it. Might have to put a banker in. I considered putting a double header on here, and I really wish I did that now. I really wish I did put a double header in the set, because it looks like we do really need it. I just feel bad for what's going to happen out Totnes, but that should be a shallower grade. Updated. Yep, our speed's still not increasing. So the point with double headers is that it produces twice the power per set. No, and so it's not really the case that one of them are dead. Given, well, sort of on tours, yes, one will basically be dead on the back. However, the loco can be fired if necessary. It sort of gives twice the amount of power for a certain consist. So here we'd be producing twice the amount of power that we are at the moment, which would mean that we perhaps wouldn't be struggling to such a degree, but oh well. Yeah, we are not moving quick enough. It does give us nice time to admire the first Great Western coaches, most of which are gone, but yeah. I'm just glad I didn't put 2 more barrier coaches on the back, given that might have been a bit of a struggle. Welcome back, Hayden. Oh, any second the grade's going to start levelling out. Yeah, we might need a new engine in 510 after this. We've basically just about made up the grade now, which, not gonna lie, is pretty surprising. Oh god, it's got a little bit steeper, but now it's levelling out, so finally a speed increase. Like, a small margin, but it's a speed increase. And at the top of the summit we go back down, so we'll be able to coast a little bit then. We've gained 1 mole per hour, just a singular mole per hour, but we're gaining speed. Oh, I do love the good old AP signals. But yeah, as soon as we've got the entire consist to the top of the hill, I'll idle it. Just try regulate the temps. But it's a good thing I sped a little bit going up to the grade, because I don't think we would have made it up otherwise. There we go. 1 in 630. Quite a difference from the 1 in 30, well, the 1 in 42 that we were doing. What a change. Got no real reason, but I'd have the cab door open. One in 196 going down. Yay. Oh god, now a slight climb again. But this should be to a stage where we can still increase our speed. Just seeing all the numbered Mark 3s rolling by. The time is up. So wait, how long have we been streaming already? 40 minutes? Blimey. He said, and I think you'll find that the longest train I think has been made by Moleman. It's like 5 miles long. This is probably about 500 yards. Maybe 1,000 yards, just about. It's about half a mile. And I like my PC and my frame rate. Although, who am I kidding? I'm driving a 37 at max clag. And I would, and I'd make it completely accurate if the consist editor worked. Which, unfortunately, doesn't. And I hope you realise I cannot do that in one go. There's no cross-country route. There's no route that allows me to do that in one go. I can't even really do it in sections either. Here's some proper speed. Here we go. 45. That's more like it. Oh god. These, yeah, the numbered Mark IIIs. Which honestly look really impressive in the light. I can say is the coaches look a lot better than the power cars do, in which the power cars look awful. The first Great Western one's just... I pressed Shift S, I wanted to take a screenshot. There we go. So I refuse to believe that we've been live for 43.5 minutes. Though it's taken us that long to, number one, get out of Plymouth. No, it's taken us a quarter of an hour to get from Dock 3 all the way to near enough Ivy Bridge. Oh yes, there's a road running below this, isn't there? Gonna slightly idle and just throw open the power. So now we're going to go around here, pass over this lovely viaduct, and then pass through Ivy Bridge. So I'm going to light up this side. No. Well, that's also not a half bad screenshot. What's that? And the entire consist around the corner. Let's quickly zoom up here to Ivy Bridge. Still a lot of missing assets, it seems. Well, one on either platform. indicated by the milk bottles, as they're called. People are arriving on the platform. They are going to be just about in time to see this fly through. The next GWR service arriving never in this alternate universe of Train Sim. Gonna get a lovely screenshot of the Ivy Bridge sign. Capital then lowercase. Which is interesting because the Devonport sign's just all capitals. My controller's fallen off my desk. Ah. I've comprehended with Ivy Bridge's staggered platforms. We're going to be powering through the Devon Bank section. Ooh. Very, very, very weird feature with the AP37. Flies. So splat all over the window. Which is interesting to say the least. So I assume with I was about to bring that up, Hayden. What's one for it? I suppose with Crofton Depot, you meant to put an O, not an E. I know it's spelled with an O because Voyagers go there quite a bit. Cleethorpes to Wakefield. Presume that's in passenger service, then empty to Crofton. Or it's on a route learner. Or it's probably on a route learner through Sheffield. Because today would be a very great day to do a route learner, considering we're striked for the most part. Pop the wiper on the other side just to get the flies off. And another one's gone splat right within my window range. There's one that's landed outside, one on there that's landed outside. The other is just clear. And I know Rollman mentioned it in one of his videos featuring the 37. You'd think flies would have evolved to stay off the line, not directly on. God, let's get some ventilation into the cab. All the doors, all the windows. Because this scenario is set in summer. Hence why it's quite light, quite early. And considering how warm it is now in May, you can only imagine how warm the summer's going to be. So I know some trains are probably going to run out of water in the aircon system. Sun visor. And that one doesn't work. Empty all the way. Okay. What's the header code for 185? Because that might determine whether it's route learning or not. 50 minutes and we're not quite even at Totnes. Go at 60 now. And yes! The Ace emergency crossover. We're getting there. Just about. It was stupid for me to assume that we'd be able to get to get to Bristol. So we're definitely not going to make it to Bristol. Track joints. Or just the junction in general. Gradient. Finally. Are our brakes even off? They are. Seems like we are currently losing speed on a downhill. Although, to be honest, when I did couple the coaches, I didn't do a brake test, which might be a contributing factor. Or a brake recharge. God, it does look good. Just flying through. In a minute we've got a sharp descent through a tunnel of some description. I'm going to take a very, very, very wild guess and say it's Rattery Tunnel. What I know is that it exists. That's about it. Disappearing into the tunnel. It's 5 Bravo 88. Have a look at that in a minute. We're not dragging brake because we're still increasing. Although, albeit just about. Gotta give it some thrash out of the tunnel. It's like a rail tour service almost, with a 37 and just a rake of coaches behind. Though this is anything but a rail tour. With anything but preserved coaches as well. We're picking up some real speed now. I believe we're now coming down towards Totnes. Because I think this is Rattery Bank. I think it's rotary. Yeah, I think it is, because this is quite a long downhill. Is it sending us into the platform? Yes, it is. No thank you, not today. Is it going to like that one now? No. Because it is not convinced that the signal is clear, or that the road's clear. Because I'm just going to coast this now, so we can get the maximum speed to tackle the other grade. Although adapting it so we don't derail, or have too much G-force, which as you can see by this thing down here, we are producing a lot of G-force. Yeah, it's probably a sign that we're going a bit too quick. Assume that was far distant. Although, why was it giving us an AWS? Sweet look. Fair enough. Boom. Now this is what the Mark IIIs were born to do. They were born for high speed. Hence why they were refurbished and refurbished and refurbished. Wow. Really is a long sweeping down hill grade. Although we are not cleared through. Great. So I'd actually better start applying my brakes on the preliminary that the other doesn't clear. But after this, it is off the Devon banks altogether, and we'll be, yeah, really just coasting all the way to Exeter. So this is going to be a cautionary, unless it's going to step up magically in front of my eyes. Signal Echo 1. Signal Echo 3 I want to clear. Because if it doesn't clear, we're in trouble. No, it's still routing us into the platform. That's a concern because we're not going into the platform. So that signal's wrong at the moment. But more brake. Yeah, that's the wrong signal. That's planning to send us wrong road. Nope, SPAD approved. And that signal isn't changing, but that should be the only one that's wrong. No, not reloading assets. No thank you. Not today. I'm going to coast around this corner on the preliminary that we're at danger. Well, we are at a danger aspect. In fact, I'm going to have a look. No, it's given us a shunt light. M for main line. Because we're definitely not taking a branch. We're definitely not adding up the PDSR, so... yeah. I really hate how warm it is. I'm going to drop the throttle and then give it some. About now. No. Well, thank you for telling me about the AWS game, but I kind of know about that. Yeah, there's only that signal. Others aren't showing up for tabbing, so they must be clear. I swear we almost did an AWS an AWS upscale to a TPWS application. Although that would have, I think, dumped our emergency brake over the TPWS, given... in fact, where even is a TPWS grid for this? Sorry, AWS magnet. Oh, it's right behind it. Yeah, it would have triggered for one of these two, given one of those two, because our signal's at danger. Although I'm paranoid. Are we actually cleared? Yes, we are. So warm. Why was that giving us AWS warnings? Oh, it was for the Morpeth. For a 55. Which we maintain until basically on the down to Newton. Basically maintain it all the way. Signal Echo 5. Using a nice amount of thrash. We have started to slow down already. On a 1 in 14, however we can maintain on a 1 in 42. Go slightly levelled out. Raise this. Where is it? It's down there a ways. But Dayton Tunnel's down there. It's down there somewhere. Right. 39, 38. No, 39.8. So we are increasing on a 1 in 86, but we struggled on a 1 in 121. Which is interesting. We're now struggling, now it's gone to 85. Yeah, not a very level grade this is. We've got enough speed to be carrying. Kind. There you go. 1 in 268. And we're just about increasing back to 40. Might try to drive this all the way to Exeter. Yeah. So, I did watch a video today of I think a route learner cross country doing Exeter to Plymouth. I believe that video was only an hour. So yeah, for it to take us quite a little while longer, shows that oh, blimey, the coaches are so heavy. Just feel the weight, speed, because these things can take off when they're like loco. You just fly. There you go, picking up some speed before we officially head up Dayton. You can see the grade that's ahead of us now. All the way to a 1 in 76 to get even steeper. Nope, slightly levelling out, but it is going to hit us with another sharp gradient. So just lowering the loco into a bit of self-hope. Yep, 1 in 55. It's not quite as steep as Hemerdon was, but it's nearly there. Just nearly. is I'm going to be clever. If I were to put my foot on the plug, it will not disconnect. Well, if we were to be disconnected, we will still, hopefully, be able to go live pretty much. That's a repeater signal, marked by the R. Why is that recording as an actual signal then? Bit beyond me. Is this turning into a steeper grade than Hemerdon was? Is if this was a repeater signal, that will mean when we hit the signal upcoming now, that one, that should mean this reverts back to single yellow. Yes. Yes it did. And that's to warn drivers, slow down, because you've got a danger ahead of you. Indeed, this will go back to danger any day now. Wow. We are slowing down, definitely a lot quicker than we did by Hemerdon. But we are nearly at the peak. Low speed flange from the bogies. It's still at full power. This is not going very quickly. Only 11. This is Dayton Tunnel. So nearly at the climax. We should just really be able to coast down to Newton. This is recording that we're only doing 65% power. On the HUD, we're doing the full 100. We're maintaining 11.9. Yeah, not a very big tunnel, is Dayton Tunnel. Use LED markers. Yeah, just about coasting. There we go, we are picking up speed now because the loco's on the flat. Is able to really just pick up speed. 1 and 137. Given we can quite comfortably pick up speed now. Just open it up on the exit of the tunnel. This 37s just can produce plumes of plag per day. And we now take the descent down towards Newton. I think the throttle percentage up here is based on how much load is going through the loco. And at the moment we're only really utilising 24% load. 22%. Bonaire. Oh, we are actually using quite a bit. So we'll decrease with how much we should use though. Gonna put it onto, or put it into on, which is I think 10%. We are really picking up speed. Good grade. More flies on the window. How about this side? Yeah, a couple more. We'll now start to shut the doors. Oh. I'll shut that side, keep this side open. We are speeding. Gonna keep the HUD up. I can do the rest HUDless, hopefully. Where's our train length button in this anyway? Because I just pressed it. But usually it would be here. Nope. Saying it's pressable. There. Train length button. But it's not there. It's nice flying off the Devon banks. Be a good shot, lighting up the side of the locos. Or looking up, lighting up the side of the loco. You can just about see it's lighting up the Mark III's back there. I really do miss a dynamic lines livery. Sort of took it for granted back in the day, but you never know when you're going to need it most. Front coach is actually empty. Second coach empty. We actually empty now. Yeah, we are. Earlier there were AI in the coaches, so we are now running empty. So the two barrier coaches. Chev had the windows covered up, really because they need sort of electrical equipment for transferring power. But nothing is stopping this now. We are off the Devon banks. Well, there's no longer any bank to go up. So we are on the final descent into Newton, to then fly along the Riviera. We'll stick at the speed to fly through the platform. Now approaching Alla Junction. A sip of Pepsi, which has now warmed up. Blimey. Very fizzy still though. Now these signals here are now LEDs, so these two need to be updated. These two remain as halogens for now, although that doesn't look good. Why is that there? Oh god. We had a bug signal. We have. Proceed there. Cautionary. Why is that cautionary? Because we've got to proceed the other side. That should be proceed at any rate. Cancelled my AWS. But it's just like, you cancelled it? Can never forget that a couple of times. But yes. flying from the Devon banks. And now we've got the lovely fly through the platform, which I know some, or most spotters come up here for this. We have got the JT signals though. Oh, that'd be why. Because AP and JT signals working together. Well, they should be coded correctly. But yeah, bit annoying that those have been used because they are sort of the lower quality signals now. If I will still open up the power, nothing will stop me doing that. Striking up the platform. There we go. Snaking around the corner. Now flying past Hackney. It's quite nice. Platform side for another shot. Bit flooded, or it's just marshland. I just have not realised. We can now open up though, because we've got a 90 coming up. Now that should make another ping. So rear is passed through the 90 because I set the train length at the beginning. Yep, spot on. So now, providing signals don't check us down, we can just fly through. All the way until Exeter, which should be quite nice and quick. Ideally we should be there in about 10 minutes, quarter of an hour. This would have been what would have been last night's stream, but in reverse. So you have to get to Exeter. That'll probably be it for this stream because it is baking here tonight. There's also, I'm probably going to talk to some of my friends for the rest of the evening. Deadman's mode. Deadman mode. It's basically like TSC off, pretty much. Yeah. One with the 60, thank you, Board. least I know I've got AWS. Like, I know my AWS is making a lovely appearance. It's warning me of the 60. Although we are now down to 80, so yeah, luckily what we can really just do is just take off the throttle. So basically it's 60 anyway. It's a lovely LED signal. Because you don't really need to do any accelerating. You can just coast it pretty much. Up until just past Timoth where we open back up to 75. I will open up here though. Real shame of this is the tide does not go out. This is also quite a nice beach to spot on. Certainly one where I have done some spotting from time to time. An Echo 1.5 signal is also LED and has been for about 2 years I think. So yeah, quite outdated. Apparently a lot of the stretch between sort of Teignmouth and Exeter is very heavily LED now. Certainly on the down, not sure about the up, because there's not really any route learning videos in regards to it. But yeah, I think there's quite a few that are now LED. I did pick this up in last night's stream, but this signal's now LED. And I also believe that this signal is a little bit lower down. It's more about here. It's about signals this height just below the signal. So yeah, no trespassing. Indeed, no trespass. No trespassing, please. And the signals are reverted back. Spray point, there is a missing whistle board, I believe, and I think also missing level crossing. Because in the route learning video I saw earlier, there was a crossing about here. So right here going over the line, there is a permanent whistle board I believe, which is about here. The other direction there is not one, I don't think. It's a bit peculiar. Spray point's near enough correct now, though. And also in regards to signalling, I believe this is correct. Yeah, it's sort of like these sort of signals that are out in Teignmouth now. LED replacing the halogens. I believe this one's a single one though. I'm not sure, but I know there is definitely a couple that are single light. Still don't know about this one. This could be anything really. Anyway, he's entering the first of the tunnels, which I cannot remember which one it is. Have a look. So that was Parsons Tunnel, which we burst out into the rockfall shelter, which is actually moving on quite well. This one here is Clerk's Tunnel, the next one is Fillet Tunnel, and then Corryton, and then Kenaway. Good evening, Oscar the Train Spotter. How are you this evening? And also, welcome back to the streams again. If I remember correctly, this is the last tunnel. Yes. This is Kenaway Tunnel. So a very good spotting point up here somewhere. Bit steep. But yeah, I'm alright, thank you, Oscar. It's absolutely baking here at the moment, but other than that, it's alright, I suppose. When I say baking, apparently it's been about 17 degrees today, but it's felt a lot more than that. Unique signal in Devon, I think. Unless some others have been replaced by this. But yeah. Other than the supposed 17-degree heat, I'm alright. But it feels a lot more like 25. In the higher range of that. Yes, game volume. I couldn't remember exactly what I set it to on Train Sim the other night, so it's going to be the one problem when I have to keep changing for games. I'm going to have to keep adapting the volume. That's the big problem. So how's the game audio now, Oscar? Anyways, yeah, it's good to give you a rundown of what I am doing in terms of scenario this evening. Mark 3 scrap move. Which is a bit unfortunate, but it is something that will be happening a lot more often now. This signalling's accurate. Is a halogen this side and LEDs this side. Well, this again is a single colour light signal. Or single LED signal. Oh. Why did I get an AWS? Oh god, have I not got good signals again? I do. Oh, it was warning me about 70. Look. Leaf adhesion. Nice, Oscar. What 37 was it? Well, what number was the loco? T54, nice. I cannot remember which one I've seen at some point, but it was on a test train. It's quite nice because it was a loco hauled one where it's got the DBSO with it. It's quite cool seeing actually. seen. Only real 37s I've seen recently are the LSL ones. But that's it. No sort of light 37s, so. Those are very, very, very rare down here. Two screenshots, why not? More flies! That window's better! Yeah, it's not Oscar, and certainly a lot of Mark 3s have gone quite recently, I believe. Yeah, there are actually quite a few now in Lara that are just ready. They're just ready to go at this point. You've got spare First Great Western blue power cars down in Lara. Don't know if Long Rock have got any. There is also some. Well, there are 3 GWR liveried HSTs that are now going, I think. I believe there are 022, which is first to go, 160 and now 005, I think. Yeah, shame that 005 had to go. Did quite like seeing that one. But at least it's not one of the sort of really special liveried ones, such as the Welshman power cars or 093. Yeah. Just need to really hope I can cab an HST before they go. Because I remember I've managed to stand on the footplate of Britannia. That was at Terminus, so really my best bets are down in Long Rock, down in Penzance, or Exeter, really. Just need to hope I can give a good tone on them, because the HSTs, there were so many different ones. There's a lot of things I need to do before the HSTs go. I definitely really, really, really want to go see the farewell tour if there is one, because it's such a shame I just wasn't as much of a fanatic sort of when the HSTs went off long distance with GWR, because oh my god, it's Tone Hellfire apparently. Oh, it'd been so good. But then it was more passive. It's only really sort of recently where I've got really into it. I might have to take a quick 5-minute break, or a couple minutes for a break. Yeah, be right back in a minute, sorry. And very quickly back. There we go. But yeah, farewell tour for the HSTs. Yeah, it definitely does need to happen. Definitely needs to be another farewell one for both GWR and cross countries. But yes. Definitely need to recreate the last, well, some scrap move with HSTs, because that was yeah, weirdly UKRL 56, which is actually very pleasant to see. Well, I didn't go see it because I didn't think it was while I was at school one day. Can't remember, but definitely missed it. But yeah. Hole 65. Not bad. Yeah, Oscar, and that's a thing I find quite weird, because they did the tours for the 56 farewell, yet they are still running before conversion. Yeah. Yeah, certainly the coaless ones. Oh, I so want to come down here. So need to hear the Paxman in person. But yeah, I want to say that the loco, which apparently was running on the HST scrap move, I think it was, well, it's definitely not going to be, because it's a coaless one, but I feel like it's 081. I'm supposedly running on that. I really don't know, because 081 is that a GBRF or is that a coaless one? I believe it's a coaless one. But I could be making that up. Yeah, 56081. I believe that is a coaless one though, isn't it? Not a UKRL or GBRF one. Was that one of the ones on the farewell? Was 087 that's the coolest one? I have no idea. Oh, so was it one of the ones that was on the tour then? Because I thought it was a coaless one. I suppose GBRF probably want to get the most out of yeah, so it was 081 and 098, I presume, that tour then. Don't know which one I'm thinking was a coaless one then. Anyways, we're nearly in Exeter. Got Marshbar Underpass to pass. Then Exton Thomas. Then we might as well just go pop it next to Riverside. Because those Devon banks were a lot harder to tackle than I thought. I thought it was going to be quite quick, but it turns out it did take over 2 hours to do. Over an hour. Because this section certainly is not taking 40 minutes. Where is the loco? Where's 510? There it is. It's warning us of our upcoming 75, I believe. Though it's not really something we've even got a break for. With all the Mark IIIs now going to scrap, I just dread to think what will happen to the ones up in Doncaster. Because there are certainly quite an amount of them up there. Just going to stop all the rushing air bursting into the cab. Is that sending us through platform 5 or platform 6? Platform 5. However, I do not want to go all the way through, so I'm going to set the path just to shunt us in here. Pop us in the upwards reception. Yeah, the Mark IV's not far off, yeah, I suppose. Aren't they meant to be running until 27, I believe? Does that want to send us through 5? Yeah, back to platform 5. So we're going to really start slowing down now. Although IETs would not be going this slow through here, they'd probably still be hurtling a good 50, 60. Because then they've then got to brake for their 45, but that's it. We've got no feather on here. Would if we were shunting over. In fact, we wouldn't actually have any signal by the look of it. Just calling around. Didn't I didn't mean to press number 1 cam. Just wanted number 8. Also not the number 9 cam. There. Just playing around the reverser for some reason. Yeah, we don't want to be going too quick at the moment because we have got 15 down the other end. In fact, we had no signal at all. Well, we are still kind of in within braking distance. I have now just tabbed it to give us the shunt. bit annoying to have the barrier coaches in there, because I did put the tight lock on, which I thought would just couple straight to the coaches, but it turns out it didn't want to couple even with all coupling on. Wow, the extra sims are being lit up quite a bit. XOTMD's just not doing much. It's because I didn't put AI down. If there was, there'd be a lot in the back here. Probably something in the sheds. Probably something in these as well, in the maintenance sheds back here. But yes, just crawling through. I'll give another tone for the level crossing staff. Just tell them that we're popping through. So our shunt has now been withdrawn, given we've now penetrated the overlap. And now slowing down to 15 and hoping to maintain that. But yeah, speaking of not being long till things go, it's not really that long until the Rail Operations Group 37s go, really, because they've bought their new stock now, I believe. I'm not sure. I think they have, though. I think it's probably the 99s. Although I think GBRF have bought those, and that's sort of why the depot's being built out thingy. Leicester. I suppose giving them a new livery is sort of life extending them slightly, and with their new engines as well, I suppose. Bosco, is it just a new engine, or is it a new engine altogether, or is it just a refurbished one they're replacing into them? Because I don't really know about the refurbishment for them. Oh, new engine altogether. Be interesting to know exactly how they sound. Although I do know that they wanted to put a hydrogen engine in them, which is a very interesting concept, but not one that's likely to be particularly well received among the railway community. Thanks, Oscar. Yeah, it's quite relaxing to actually do a stream as well, to be fair. Sometimes can be a little bit annoying when I do the same thing that I did last night, which is cut power to my entire setup, just with pushing or pulling a plug out a little bit. Yeah, it wasn't great. I'm going to pop the set just past the stop board. I've put it in full service by accident. More flies on the window. Also, Oscar, I believe I noted that you joined the Discord server yesterday. Yeah, thanks for that. And I also found out that apparently there's two Echoes 2.8 running, which is interesting because it's meant to be an empty move. Oh well, unrelated at the moment, but yeah. Just coming to a stop. go. We need to shut down the loco. Shut down, pop into neutral, flick off the AWS. I will retain the head code. I suppose you might as well do a quick engine startup, because that would have been what was at the start of the stream if I wasn't a bit of a melon and reloaded it to the point where the game just restarts it anyway. So I'm going to turn up the game audio a little bit more, just so it's properly audible. I've done that, I will lower the game volume back down. Right then. So now I suppose lights set back to what they were. And yeah, just suppose now waste a little bit of time by looking down the set. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which I've lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I did put 14 coaches down. Thought I did. Plus the 2 barrier vehicles and the locos. So really this is 17 cars. Yeah, I suppose I could run this. Yeah, I suppose I could actually do a quick run around with this, with the loco. Although it'd actually be clever for me to actually take the barrier vehicles with me. That'd be something I could do. Because then with the barrier vehicles I can take them around. I put an EMU translator on this. That was clever of me. But I suppose I might as well swan the whole set around. Be simple if I put the AWS back in as well. So I'm going to have to do a double run around now, where I have to run around the whole set, but also run around the barrier coaches. Actually, I had this end on it. So, actual EMU end is here. So yeah. Running around the set now. Really helpful if I checked the points before, but so that's kind of what I meant to do anyway. From here we do not have mainline access. Nope. It's more of a head shunt. But yeah, probably could have made this a bit more of a realistic extra of a side by having the HAA wagons, I think they are, down here. So I'm now going to run around the coach, or the barrier coaches, and then drag the entire thing back down. Blimey. Bit of a clag eruption from that. as well swap this back. Where we kind of shouldn't be using the main line, but I'm going to have to briefly use it to shunt back. Just going to make sure you've like absolutely no reason to keep going. Signal code Bravo. I assume that means Barnstable. Actually, I could just... I believe that's the correct setup for reversals. So, yes. But yeah, I'm going to run the entire set, so perhaps in the next stream we can continue on and take the entire set down to Long Rock. Which would be very weird. Yes, I do love the AP, signal AP, just reverting back. No signal code set for that one. Has there been one set for this one? Yes. I suppose there's probably no data for this one. So, now we're past this. That's the point machine thing. And then spend like 2 milliseconds on the main line. Just immediately head back full power. Because suppose why not? And for Discord overlaying my OBS so I cannot see what's going on. Bit of speeding back into the yard. Probably very uncomfortable for the driver having to main in the front cab. But it will mean we are sort of running in the cab 2 end when heading back around to Long Rock. Although the Long Rock stream will have to be done in 2 parts, I believe. Or probably 2 parts, because I am not driving about 4 hours continuously. That's not good. We have not got a shunt signal. It's going to give me a shunt now, please? No. It's not happy. I'm basically happy enough that we're not about to derail. Yeah. Yeah, for the most part I'm happy. Oh, no. No. I do not want to quit the game. Stop. Await instructions. Don't really need to. Now bring the loco to a stop, producing probably quite a bit of G-force when we stop. And then just immediately engage the power for a return to the barrier coaches. Aha, efficiency. I like it. Should be enough to fit us in the barrier coaches, and we're going a bit quick again. No. Oh god, my controller's dropped on the floor, which is snap berserk. We have not derailed though. Which is honestly very surprising. So to be fair, I might probably prefer to call the sort of the fumes at the top. I probably prefer to call it clag over thrash as such. So just because I think thrash refers to the actual sound of the locos, as opposed to clag, which sort of more refers to the fumes, I suppose. This does allow me to recharge the brakes properly. Pop the straight air brake on. And then straight air brake off. Which I believe is sort of protocol for 37s, because you certainly hear the of the loco brake, I believe. Gonna pop the blind down again on this side. Now we've managed to hit a fly already, apparently. This is sort of taking the same windows as the other side. We're coupled to that end. We had to run down 14 coaches. Now we are technically doing 2 runarounds. Yeah, bit of a problem, and it's the reason I probably should have been a bit cleverer and put a barrier wagon on each end, because then that would have meant that I sort of don't have to do 2 runarounds. I can just run the loco around instead of the loco and then also running around the barrier coaches. I don't know if I've managed to butcher English, or yeah. I'm just gonna pop that in that siding. I hope the game's alright with that. Yep, just give me the shunt. But I do now need to use the actual train brake for this, because you have actually got coaches in tow. Well, this is all the MCBs are in cab number 2. Oh. Okay, I quite like ringing that fire alarm. He's now ready to set back. So that stopped, and I'm happy that that stopped. Yep. I'll pop that back into this road and just propel all the way back. Hopefully there's enough space. Yeah, there should be enough space for 2 barrier coaches with 37510. I'm just going to pop the TPWS override on though. Just to sort of be partly realistic. peculiar. There's no TPWS grid for this one. Echo 256 signal. There is one for this signal. None for the shunts, I don't think. No. I believe there are for these mainline signals. Yeah. None for platform 2. Bit weird there. I should have been thinking about that. I should have been thinking about this. Definitely. Still got control, so we have not derailed just yet. But is that saying we've coupled? No. No, it's not. Is this why? Stop 6 foot. Sure. Oh god, the Pullman's broke, isn't it? Oh god. It's not good. So apparently if I nudge up, that's fine. Oh, it actually had a Buckeye coupling this one, I think. But yeah. Pullman being broke, that's not good. The Pullman's broke, that really is not ideal at all. Oh god, that really is not ideal then. From the VP185, I assume it's the engine that's failed on that. Because I'd have thought it should have been an interlock problem. The fitters should have been able to sort that out by now. But yeah. Probably going to have to leave the stream here now. But yeah. So that's very interesting how that's had a problem then. Probably be something noted about that. Alright, Oscar. Yeah, I hope it is running then. Although, by the sounds of it, it probably won't be. Because if it's been sat there for 3 hours, they've probably had time to get fitters out to it, but yeah, hopefully that is a minor problem, and there can maybe be spare power cars used. But it will be a bit of a problem, because they've not got 2 spare blue power cards, I don't think. They've got, if it's got 055 and 046 on it, then they've got 047 in blue, but it might be that they have to reach out for 049 to come back out of the depot. Yeah. Just gonna a couple good screenshots of that there. Like if there was a spot I'm meant to be passing, or that sort of perhaps has seen it come flying through, and then it's perhaps heading back, being like, why is a loco run around? The short answer is that this might be running next week. Hopefully. Because I've not really got any time on my hands for the rest of the weekend. But yeah. Getting quite a few messages on WhatsApp, but oh well. But yeah, definitely not good with 046 of the Pullman set together. By the sound of it, Oscar. But yes, probably going to have to finish a stream here this evening, as there isn't really much more to do sort of with the set. But yeah, it's quite interesting, Oscar. Any updates about it, feel free to pop in the Discord if you want, or you can send me a message on Discord, providing I'm actively looking at it, although I might not for the rest of the evening. But yes, I suppose we'll probably leave it here with the 37 movement. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hope it was enjoyable. It's always quite enjoyable to drive a 37. But yeah, certainly was not up the 10 banks. But yeah, thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed, and yes, hopefully see you next week. Bye for now.